I'm able to send a recruiting tape to these colleges. So they say, oh, you have an unfair advantage, Alexandria. What looks like, does this look like an unfair advantage to y'all? Does this look like an unfair advantage? There's nothing unfair about this. I mean, look at me. I'm the same as a girl. But yet, you guys are going to let transphobia run rampant. Paige, I'm so worried. You're the city attorney. You really got to stand up and do something because, that is gender bias. And I don't like gender bias. I'm on hormone therapy. So my estrogen levels are so high, they're through the roof. But you guys are going to sit here and you're not going to take me seriously. You're going to laugh at me. I'm trying to compete. And yes, I was born a boy. So what, guys? This is 2022. It doesn't matter what you're born. We have Ketanji Brown Jackson even says she doesn't even know what a woman is. So then I'm a woman. So that's what you guys have to do. If the Supreme Court justice is on my side, then why can't I get the same from the Plano City Council? That's the problem, is I come here and I'm still a victim of transphobia. Yet we have champions where I just want to compete against the ladies. Why are you saying that I'm not a biological woman? Clearly, I look like a biological woman. I mean, come on, it's been hours tucking this thing in. Give me a break. I should be able to swim. And I'm on so much hormone therapy, I don't even know left or right anymore. So I'm doing this. I don't have an unfair advantage. No way.
Extra Celsius?
Yep.
Yes, I've cut out banana. No, it's too high sugar. I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm like, I can't even have banana. 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 Fruit. Fruit. It's a fruit. It's a fruit. Nope. Too good. I can't even have banana. Banana! 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 Fruit!
And before we get started, if you want to hit that like button to help this channel out, that would be awesome. I would appreciate that. And with that, we can get started.
You'll never defeat the human spirit. You'll never defeat God. You'll never win. Ah!
Life is short. Try to do something new every day. Try to exercise on a regular basis. A healthy body is a healthy mind.
Okay, Will and Chris, we're gonna solve that like family at the goal party. Okay?
The birth of World War III. History is repeating itself. Putin is doing exactly what Hitler did to get World War II started.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I can't.
And it ends with a subtle... That's right, it's Darth Vader, baby!
You and I on my podcast said, I'm not a fan of my work. I'm not a fan of what I do. I'm my harshest critic. Yeah. So anytime anybody says something bad about me, I'm like, listen, I said way worse about myself. I don't like anything I do. I'm ruthlessly introspective. And I will continue to be that way because that's the only way you can be good as a comedian. There's no other way. You can't just think you're awesome and just go out there. You have to be like picking apart everything you do.
Oh,
Oh, Ben, you're so funny. I love you, Ben. Oh my god, you're such a comedian. Damn! Daddy Affleck, hello. You are handsome. I see you cut back on the booze. That's good. The things I would eat off of your ass. Off your asshole, for that matter. You are set. Oh, ready to go? Well, hold on. Actually, hang on. Hang on. Okay, I'm ready. End of 3, end of 2, end of 1. Action. Evening, folks. It's me, DarthNews. And I just want to stop by real quick just to let y'all know that if you made it this far in the video and you're not subscribed, you should probably subscribe because it's good for your health and your testosterone levels or your estrogen levels. Yeah, I don't know. I just made that up. Evening, folks. It's yours truly, DarthNews, and I'm back to do another video to entertain y'all for this evening. I'm tonight's entertainment, and I mean, I reckon y'all are here to be entertained. Am I wrong? So if y'all just get comfy, grab yourself some chicken wings and some mashed potatoes, get yourself some corned beef hash, maybe some them cooked carrots, some peas, some prime rib. Get yourself that comfort food and sit down, relax, because today we got a couple stories to go over. We're gonna go over a few stories. We're gonna stop with that. All right, but oh shit. Okay, all right. I know that looked like I staged that. I did not. Fuck. Woo, man! I cannot see in my peripherals. Like my vision is like 4%. God damn, I just literally had a heart attack. Okay, so seriously, welcome back to DarthNews. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you feel so compelled to do so, please hit the like button. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. Because what's the fucking point of me doing this? What's the point? If you don't subscribe, then I didn't do my job. I didn't earn your subscription, and that doesn't feel very good, Anyways, welcome back to DarthNews. Special edition, we got a lot to cover. Yeah, so we're going to start off with a distressing story. Some naive individuals were, filming in public with around $35,000 of equipment. This, inexperienced film crew were from Canada, so that explains everything you need to know. They're Canadian. It was a Canadian film crew. I think they were in college, but they were in San Francisco. To be exact, Twin Peaks. Now, I lived in San Francisco for, 9 years. I watched the city go from a glamorous, sparkling streets. Literally, I'm not even joking. The sidewalks sparkle. They used to sparkle. They sparkled. I'm not joking. The actual sparkles. Where's Tina? Look. It would sparkle. You get it? I know you get it. You're all intelligent people. It was this free-flowing, creative, just machine that just was encouraging art and creative minds to collaborate and express themselves in their most unique and individual ways. In a creative sense, with art. And then it went too far, and then they wanted to express themselves as imaginary fantasy, animals. And, like the two-spirit penguin from the Dragon Realm, who got married to the horsekin, and then they had a baby, and it was a little piglet. It didn't make any sense, but for some reason they had a pig. I don't know. But, so the point is, I was in college from 2007 to 2013, and in that time, San Francisco stayed pretty much the same. It was a beautiful, safe as a city could be in California, a big major metropolitan city. It was a just perfect place to live, man. It was perpetual springtime. You know how sometimes spring feels like it's the best weather? It's 65, 75 degrees, little gust of wind, and it's just perfect. In the evening you throw on just a little layer so you can, be a little bit stylish. It was the best weather ever. You never sweat. You're always at a perfect temperature. And the scenery, oh my God, the scenery. Like, and the Bay Area is like a vortex, so it just brings in these rolling clouds that are just so fucking amazing to look at. Like, seriously, if you're like driving on the freeway and you're not paying attention to the road because you're distracted by the clouds, because there's just it looks like a tsunami wave is just like rushing towards you. It's so incredible. Anyway, and then when it finally hits you, you're like in a cloud. It's literally so. It's really cool. So I lived there for a long time, and I watched it go from a beautiful city to just, well, the opposite of that. Homeless people everywhere. Do you know how many dead homeless people I saw, like, on the streets? I couldn't even count. I couldn't even count how many times police and paramedics were literally body bagging homeless people because they're ODing in the streets, okay? I was on the subway, well, because I had to take the subway because I didn't have a car at the time, because the transportation in San Francisco was very accessible and it's super convenient. So I took the BART train all the time, the Bay Area transit system. So I took the BART, and this dude... Okay, let me just explain this. Let me just set the scene. So I get in, and I sit down, and it's like, it's not one of those seats where it's like back to back, like we're all facing forward. There was me facing this way, and then there was a little bit of space, and then the other two seats in front of me were facing this way. So the dude gets out of his seat from over there, and by the way, he reeks. As soon as I walked on the train, I was like, fuck. For some reason, he's compelled to get out of his seat, okay? And he comes and sits right in front of me, like a normal person, and then he does this, and he gets up on the chair, right? And then I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And I hear him fart, and I'm like, oh God, oh my, is he gonna shit? He didn't even take off his pants. He didn't even take off his pants. And I'm just like, yo, I get up. At that moment, I'm just like, I'm fucking out. I'm out of here, dude. I'm out. So I stand up, and I go over towards the train doors where they're about to open for the next stop. And this dude rearranges, he pulls down his trousers, and literally diarrhea shits all over the seats. And for some god-forsaken reason, these seats on the public transportation system, not all of them, but some trains, this train specifically, had carpeted seats and carpeted floors. How disgusting is that? So it was awful. So that's just one moment. Another moment was when I was in San Francisco and my sister came to visit. So I was trying to show her a good time and not take her to the fucking crackhead part of the city. Didn't matter. It was inevitable. We were walking around the corner, right there in the financial district, in fucking like the Times Square of San Francisco, right? Union Square. In front of the Saks Fifth Avenue. And in this little wedge in the corner of Saks Fifth in Tiffany. Okay. Saks Fifth, Tiffany. There's a little wedge in between these two stores. And I look over as I'm walking, and in this little crevice, there's a homeless man, or a crackhead, or whatever you want to call these zombies, masturbating, completely naked, with ketchup and mayonnaise. And my sister was like, what are you looking at? And I was like, let's keep going. She's like, no, what? And she was scarred for life. Literally for life. You can ask her. I'll bring her on. I'll bring her on air, and I'm telling you, this really happened. Just no fucks given. And it is not uncommon just to be walking down the street and you just see people literally sticking needles in their arms. Everything is trashed. Theft, crime is just through the roof. There's just dirt and just garbage everywhere. There's needles and shit in the street. You think it's dog shit. It's not. It's not dog shit. It's human feces. And there is a poop patrol, that's literally what it's called, that goes around and cleans up poop. And they make over 6 figures a year cleaning up human shit. They basically legalized theft. You can steal up to $999.99 after tax, right? And you can't be arrested or charged or anything. You can just literally bring a calculator, which is what they're doing. These What did you think would happen? But these homeless people are bringing calculators in to like the Walgreens, and they are adding up all the stuff they're getting and making sure it's under $1,000. So you can steal up to $1,000, and they can't stop you. You just walk out the store. Thank you very much. So I think it's like 4, 5, 6 major Walgreens had to close down due to theft. They couldn't keep up with the inventory. They were losing money. There's viral videos of security guards just literally standing there and watching as these homeless people walk out of the store with a grocery cart full of shit that they didn't pay for. So anyway, that's just a total side rant about San Francisco and how I can't believe it. It died so fast in such a short period of time. This city died. That creative soul that was the engine of that city died. The government, these progressive propagandists, they threw a wrench into the fucking turbine and just blew up the whole thing. It's now a city where you can just commit crime and do drugs, and it's all good. So with that side tangent rant out the way, let's get back to the point of the video. This first story, which was about the Canadian film crew who got robbed at gunpoint with $35,000 worth of equipment on them. They were in a public space, okay? Public space. And these dudes come up in their car, in their Infiniti, or their gangster mobile. They pull up with guns, and they're just like, "Give me your fucking shit." And these news articles said that because they were black guys, so they were going. These articles are going easy on them, and it's so cringe. But these articles are just saying, "Oh, they were just brandishing their firearms to scare them." No, they didn't. They didn't. This here. Yeah, I have a gun. Yeah. So that's a brandish. That's me brandishing my firearm. That's like, yo, back up, bitch. Back up. They didn't do that. That's not a. They did this. They were like, yo. They were straight up pointing their gun with intent. They were like, yo. Now, of course, there's a video that went viral. The news didn't report on this story until it went viral on Twitter. So the Twitter sphere had to make this story go viral before the news even reported it, because crime is so fucking frequent in San Francisco and California. It's like there's no point to even report on crime. But this one affects the film community, and LA is, LA, San Francisco, it's the film world. So they kind of have to talk about it. So anyway, these guys pull up and they're just like, yo. They grab all their shit, they throw it in their car, and then the person is just like, "Oh my god, get their license plate, get their license plate." The person filming in the other car, they're filming in the other car, they're sitting, they're ducking down filming. We're gonna watch it. And she's like, "Get the license plate." And I'm just like, no. Okay, people that commit crimes like that, they're either driving a stolen vehicle, or those are fake plates. They're not stupid. You're never gonna find these people. The police will do nothing. Okay? This is why you should always carry a concealed firearm. And if you don't have a concealed permit, then fucking hire somebody who's certified, like a private armed guard, security or whatever. Hire somebody. If you got that much fucking money and equipment just chilling there, you're literally begging for it. Like, for example, let me see. Here we go. This right here is my concealed carry certificate. So, I understand the rules. The rules of what? The rules of engagement. If a motherfucker pulls up and if the second he doesn't have to pull it on me. Just gotta show it to me. As soon as he shows it to me, I can fucking pull my gun out. The second I see it, I can pull my gun out and I can shoot him. Okay, don't be mistaken. You don't need to be shot first in order to shoot back. If you truly are fearing for your life and you can convince a jury, if you're aware of the consequences, that you're going to go in front of a jury and you know that you can convince the jury that you kill or be killed, You have a right to shoot first, man. If they have a firearm, you can... Anyway, so always be prepared, okay? Alright? Obviously be prepared when filming with tens of thousands of dollars of equipment in public spaces in California, of all places. Of all places, San Francisco. Oh, God. Especially if you're shooting guerrilla style and not with like a fucking film permit. If you're shooting guerrilla with no film permits, then... Like, if you're not in a controlled environment when you're filming, then you need to have lookouts. You gotta have people prepared. You gotta have people protecting your gear. Anyway, I mean, like, so if I had a gun, I probably would have, like, bah, bah, bah! Like, I wouldn't want to take someone's life. I don't want to kill somebody. That's, like, an awful thing. You know, nobody should want to kill somebody. That's just... But, I mean, I'm one of those guys where it's like, you fuck around, you're gonna find out. I'm not that big, but, dude, I'm scrappy. I'm scrappy. But the video we're about to watch is the definition of what California has become, of what it's like to live there. This is what you can expect to experience or witness firsthand if you live there for a prolonged period of time. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. All right? There are laws and legislatures that are being passed that are encouraging criminal behavior and then rewards the criminals for that behavior. Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi removed all kinds of punishment for stealing up to $1,000. So you say we're not going to arrest you, we're not going to press charges, you're not going to have to, give back the items or repay the money. No. You can just take it home and you're good. That's it. You can just take whatever you want, up to $1,000. That encourages criminal behavior. And their reward is that they get to keep the shit that they stole. So let's go ahead and watch this video and then just talk about the next story. Yeah, this is a long video. Well, because I'm not going to make another video for a few days, maybe like a week. I got some shit to do, so we're making this one extra long. Applejack.
Motherfucker! Oh my God! You got a gun. Stay in here.
Get down. Call Ashley.
Stay down.
Call Ashley.
No. Ashley.
Stay down. Call Ashley. Down. Oh my God, they got the camera. Courtney, get down. Courtney, get down. Get down. Like, get down. Oh, they're getting everything.
Where's
Call 911.
She's running down the thing.
Call 911. Get the license plate. Get the license plate. I got it.
I think they're gonna come to us next.
Ashley, get in the fucking car.
Oh my God. Ashley, why would you run now? Are you dumb? No. Go. Ashley, just wait. No, let them leave. Go. Let them leave.
Call 911. They got their plate.
In other news, Donald Trump yesterday got a hole-in-one while golfing. And he didn't cheat. He really fucking did it. The son of a bitch did it. He got a hole-in-one. Let's watch the video.
Watch this comeback.
Go.
Did he?
President made a hole-in-one. 180-yard 5-iron.
It's there.
That's great. There it is.
That's great. Thank you.
The guys want a picture with you.
Let's get a picture. You don't see that.
You don't see that very often.
Come on, get a picture, little guy.
My God. It's unbelievable.
Get right here, squiggly right here with the flag.
Yeah, the flag.
Oh, but Darth, how do you know that wasn't staged? Like, he didn't start recording until he was almost at the hole. I don't think it was staged. All right, Trump's a lot of things, and he's definitely one to exaggerate, but I think he just got lucky, and it's kind of funny. I don't know. I think the dude was golfing all day with Trump, and didn't think anything of like pulling out his phone and recording anything, because like when you're with like an ex-president, you're at attention. You're giving them your full attention. You don't pull out your phone. I thought it was some lighthearted news, even for you assholes who think Trump is a Nazi, because he's not. You know who's a Nazi? Joe Biden. He's a racist, fascist, pedophile, sexist. You get it. He is. He also has dementia. And he's in charge of this country. So if my grandpa had dementia and he was behind the wheel, I'd be like, no, Gramps, I'm driving. No. Get the fuck in the passenger seat. You can have shotgun, but I'm driving. The only thing is, the only person driving with Joe Biden is Kamala Harris. And it's like, fuck. Okay, so now let's go ahead and just jibber-jabber about this whole Will Smith thing a little bit more, because I just can't stop talking about what the fuck happened. I'm still in like, what? Like, what? I don't know. I can't, just like, my brain it hurts trying to figure out the motive behind what Will Smith did the other night at the Oscars. Yeah, so let's go ahead and watch what Jim Carrey had to say about Will Smith. Let's see what his thoughts about him. Shoot, brother, let's see what Will Smith has to say about... Let's see what Jim... Oh, shoot, I keep messing up my goddamn words. Let's see what Jim Carrey has to say about Will Smith. It's actually really hard to do an accent in the mask because it restrains your vocals and your jaw. I gotta be able to, like, move my mouth around a lot when I do accent stuff. It's a lot of work, practice, hard. Yeah, sure, of course, yeah. Applejack, hit it.
I was sickened by the standing ovation. I felt like Hollywood is just spineless, en masse. And it really felt like, this is a really clear indication that we're not the cool club anymore.
Jim Carrey weighing in on Will Smith's Oscar controversy during a new interview with Gayle King for CBS Mornings.
They asked Chris, do you want to file charges? And Chris apparently said no, he did not.
He doesn't want the hassle. I'd announced this morning that I was suing Will for $200 million because that video is going to be there forever. It's going to be ubiquitous.
Jim Carrey was on hand promoting his new movie, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, but yeah, he made it clear how he felt about Will Smith's actions on Sunday night.
You do not have the right to walk up on stage and smack somebody in the face because they said words.
Now let's go ahead and see what white supremacist Joe Rogan has to say about Will Smith. I know, it's crazy. We live in a world where Joe Rogan and Jim Carrey agree on the same thing. And DarthNews. It's like, we all agree. It's crazy. But let's see what Joe Rogan has to say.
I know this. I found out after the fact that she didn't shave her head voluntarily. She shaved her head because she's suffering from alopecia.
Yeah, I didn't know this either.
So, I don't know if Chris knew this, but Chris says a joke around
G.I. Jane
2, looking forward to it, very mild, just laughed, and even said, come on, that was nice. And then Will Smith initially laughs,
yes,
but it looked like Jada was upset. And so Will changes his tune, walks on stage, and smacks Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars. And then says, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth.
Yes, he does.
And then he goes, come on, man, that was a G.I. Jane joke. And he screams it out like,
keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. Yes.
And it's like his lips were quivering. And he, first of all, that whole scene, doing that in that manner, in that place, is a great example of what's wrong with the glorification of just being able to go up to someone and smack them in the face. Because that whole thing was so
I'm going to disagree
weird.
with you here.
Please do. Well, what is your take on it?
I want to let you, I want you to finish, though.
Well, no, you said you were going to disagree with me.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I don't actually think that there's any glorification of violence in the sense of free capability on Will's part.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for one, I don't think that there was any inherent given that you could just get away with it. I think that whatever Will did, he did it, and he was like, whatever comes with it, that I'll have to own up to it.
I don't think he was thinking that far ahead at all.
Maybe he wasn't, but
I
maybe
think
he's
he was
like,
being
in this
emotionally
moment,
fragile.
Probably.
And he acted on impulse.
Sure.
And I think it's a foolish impulse that you do when you know there's no consequences.
I
so
don't
you're
think,
hitting
but
a
here's
very
the thing.
small
I'm going to say
person.
that I don't know that he thinks that there's... now, in terms of hitting Chris, in terms of them and their physical differences and capability of combat, let's say, yes.
There's no consequences.
But I'm saying, but there's no consequences in getting out of your seat and striking somebody on national television.
Yeah, but I don't think he was thinking about that. I think he was acting impulsively.
Simply in terms of man to man and who's capable and what's capable. And you know what? That may be the case in the microcosm of things, but it. So I don't
think it had anything to do with that. I think what he was doing was saving face.
You think so?
He was doing some weird movie thing. It was like he was getting away with it as if he was living in a fictional movie. Like the idea that you think it's smart while wearing a tuxedo to walk onto a stage in front of the world, like literally the world, one of the biggest award shows on earth, if not the biggest, and smack a comedian for the most mild joke, and then sit there quivering, saying, keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth. And everybody's just going to sit there in the shit that you just took on the table. You just pulled your pants down and took a shit on the dinner table, and they all have to just sit there and look at that. That's what it's like.
A shit full of peanuts and corn and everything.
It stinks. It's just the whole idea behind it is completely irrational. But what I'm saying is, like, these people live in this fake world of, you know, you're protected by guards, you're driven by limos, you're on the red carpet, you know, like all of it is crazy life. And he's so goddamn famous and so removed from regular discourse and interaction with regular people that he, for whatever reason in his head, acted like he's a character in a movie.
Maybe so. And I only am not speaking in depth.
That was not an insult. It was the most mild joke about her hairstyle in reference to a movie where a lady shaved her head.
I fully get it. But
Like
I'm
the
just
idea
simply
that
saying
there's any justification whatsoever of him getting up there and smacking him in the face like
he didn't.
that.
He didn't need to go up there and smack him at all.
No.
But
he won the Academy Award, then goes up and does a speech. The whole thing was so bizarre, and it made me think, like, how many other human beings could be in a similar situation and pull that off?
Not many.
Like, if a man walked on stage and smacked a woman.
That would not fly.
Would not fly.
Not fly.
If a woman walked on stage and smacked another woman, I don't even think it would fly.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But I will agree.
But I
there
just
are some
think,
exceptions.
in terms of society standards, I don't think they would have accepted it the same way.
No.
It's like it was a rare instance where someone is so enormously famous and successful like Will Smith that they literally still allowed him to not just win the Academy Award, but also go up and accept it and give a speech after he assaulted a small comedian.
Yeah, they should have
on
ejected him.
stage.
They should have ejected him from the show.
100%. 100%. I agree with that. You can't just go smack a man in the face in front of the world and then go about business as usual. First of all, it sets a terrible precedent.
Yes.
In so many different ways. It sets a terrible precedent for comedy clubs.
Yes.
Like, are people going to decide that they're going to go on stage and smack the comedian
I
now?
hope they try to smack Brendan or you. I just want to see one Joe Rogan turning sidekick. Yeah. Chuggy.
I don't necessarily think people are going to change their behavior, but dumb people might. But also, it's just like, what are we saying as a society when the people that we look up to, for whatever reason, for good or for bad, we look up to actors.
Yes.
And the Academy Awards is supposed to be them in their most regal outfits, their best behavior, and to drop down to violence for something so innocuous as a G.I. Jane joke. It's
my girlfriend, or
I know what you're saying, but in this case, we saw it.
No,
we see all the elements laid out. Chris Rock's joke was so mild.
I get it.
I mean, people say like Chris Rock is like a bigger man for not like reacting in a violent way, but dude, like, I don't think anybody would have blamed him if he started just throwing fists. Like, can you imagine? 'Cause Chris Rock he's an awesome dude, but if he were a wolf, he'd be a beta wolf. Will Smith is an alpha wolf. Okay, Will Smith is like fucking 100 pounds heavier and 6 inches taller than Chris Rock. It's not even a fair fight. But if he did that shit to Dave Chappelle, dude, Dave Chappelle's like, he's OG, man. He's like low-key gangster. I don't think he would. No, man. Dave Chappelle, he would have threw fists. But that begs to ask the question, would Will Smith even do that to Dave Chappelle? Or was it just because it was Chris Rock and he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time? Because of... It's so fucked. Like, Will Smith he just did that. Without a fucking care in the world, with no foresight as to the repercussions of what could happen if he does this. Like, he just... I guess it's because he lives this life, right? He lives this just extremely wealthy, fucking surreal life of just riches and fame and just getting everything he wants the second he wants it and being driven around from A to B and never having to lift a finger. So when you feel like this entitled, this empowered, and that you're at the event of the year, and you're going up for an Oscar, you're nominated, it kind of gives you this like power trip of like, I can do whatever I want. I'm in my own home. I can do whatever I want. It's like, yeah, okay, you're in your own home, but it's like, it's your workplace. You do realize you're all just a bunch of coworkers congratulating each other and sucking each other off and just jerking each other off and just patting each other on the ass and saying, good job. I mean, who's to really say who's the best actor? Because the people sure as shit aren't voting on it. The people who watch this shit aren't voting. That's not important. Anyways, I want to briefly touch on Jada Pinkett Smith now, Will Smith's wife. I want to talk about her for a second and how I think she's, exaggerating, if not completely flat out lying about her hair loss and her alopecia condition. I think she likes her head shaved. And that's okay. I think she's making this whole thing up for sympathy. I'm kind of glad she did, because now people are like, oh, you have alopecia? Oh, I've heard of that, because now everyone's talking about it. But I think she's exaggerating, if not flat out lying. All right, and well, here's why. So let's go ahead and look at some of these photos. Go ahead, put them up on the screen. There we go. Yes, thank you. This is what alopecia really looks like. This is what real alopecia looks like. Okay. This is a photo of my head. That's me. Okay? This is an extremer version of what I have. Yeah, that's alopecia. That is also alopecia. Oh, so is that. And that's also really bad. Wow. I feel for you. Yeah, but this, let's see Jada. Yeah. That right there, that, my friends, is not alopecia. It's not. The bitch just shaved her head. I don't know. Like, Natalie Portman did it. She didn't look bad. Fucking Cameron Diaz did it. Yeah, no, she looked terrible. That's not the point. The point is, nothing wrong with a shaved head, but she is clearly shaving her head. There's no bald spots. They're very noticeable because there's literally no hair at all. The hair cells have completely went dormant. It's as smooth as like your forehead or your cheek. You know, it's like a baby's bottom. There's nothing. Okay, you would see those spots even if she shaved her head. Even if she used a razor and like some shaving gel and shaved her head bald, you would still see the alopecia marks. That one little whatever that is, she probably just freaked out and was like, oh my god, I have alopecia, and just fucking shaved her head. You know it's an autoimmune thing, right? It's brought on by stress. And people don't really know why it's brought on. It's genetic sometimes, most of the time. But stress brings it on, and they can't explain why, but sometimes it's just a little bit. Sometimes, like, guys, their beards will get very patchy. You know, have you ever seen a guy with, like, a patchy beard? It's like, oh, why is it like that? That's alopecia. You learn something new every day. But this is, no, that's not alopecia. That's Jada Pinkett Smith being an attention whore. She's being a Hilaria Baldwin. She's pretending to be something she's not. She's basically like, I'm a cancer patient, and she doesn't have cancer. I'm not convinced that she has alopecia. As somebody who suffers from alopecia, and who's sympathetic and empathetic with people who suffer from it, no. Okay, so without further ado, let's go ahead and read some of these Twitter reactions about Will Smith. These blue check marks that had some things to say. So let's go ahead and see what the blue check marks had to say. Applejack, hit it. So Luke Skywalker tweeted out from a galaxy far, far away, quote, stand-up comics are very adept at handling hecklers. Violent physical assault, not so much. Stephen A. Smith, who's Will Smith's first cousin, right? Half-brother? They're not related. Okay, so no Stephen A. Smith, no relation to Will Smith. He tweeted out, if @Will Smith seriously did that, and he wins the Oscar. He just stained the greatest moment of his career. You cannot do that shit, especially as a black man in that position to another black man on that stage. It's exactly what I said in my last video. It's exactly what I said it. You thought I was being an asshole, but I wasn't. Now you have another black man saying the same thing I said. So, by the way, I'm tan. Okay, I'm olive complexion. I'm Middle Eastern European. Okay, fuck you. I'm not white. Hashtag not so white. Okay, so Stephen A. Smith, no relation to Will Smith, finishes off his tweet by saying, if this wasn't a joke, Will never live this down. And he won't. You know why? Because the internet is forever. And ever, and ever, and ever, until nuclear holocaust inevitably happens. Could happen right now. It could happen, like, literally, you know what's the craziest shit? A nuke could drop right next to you in 5 seconds. It's possible. Could you imagine if it actually happened? That would be terrible. But at least, Will Smith would be dead. It's got to count for something. Yeah, Amber Heard would also be dead. Alec Baldwin, he'd be dead. I mean, I would only be mad, like, if, you know, nuclear holocaust happened and he survived and I died. That would piss me off. But if he died and I died, then I'd be happy. Okay, so this tweet is from the official account of Ofali Domestic Violence Support Service. They tweeted out, Will Smith, quote, "Love makes you do crazy things," end quote. They then say, how many times have victims of coercive controlled domestic abuse heard that line before as a defense for the behavior of a perpetrator? There are no excuses for violence. It doesn't matter how you excuse it away. Amen. Well, sometimes there's an excuse. But this was not one of those moments. This is not one of those moments at all. Not even close. Okay, so we heard from 3 blue check marks. So let me just, I gotta pee really bad. Let me just put this up on the screen while I go pee. This is from Tom Segura. Yeah, he went there. Okay, so last but not least, there's this person, Hisham Lee. He says, I support hashtag Will Smith's actions. Don't cross the limit. There are things that isn't laughing matter. I have huge respect for him standing up for his wife. That's a real man. I've seen so many husbands that talk shit about their wife out there. Probably because you live in, I don't know, India, Afghanistan, one of those countries where their husbands abuse the wives. One of those countries where you have like 10 wives, you know what I mean? Sounds like that's where you're from. I'm being racist, so just chill, okay? I'm just being a little bit racist. Also a lot of people have been figuring out who I am under the mask. Just want to let you know, like, I don't care. I don't give a fuck anymore. I just stopped caring completely, altogether. It's exhausting trying to hide my identity all the time. So, I don't really care. If you want to become a little detective, fucking have at it, go ahead, do your thing, man. Congratulations, you figured out what I look like. I mean, how bad do you guys really want to know what I look like? I mean, does it really matter? Like, I'll do a video where I just show you what I look like. I don't give a fuck. I just don't care anymore. So, I appreciate all the people who found my account and then went, don't worry, I'm gonna keep your secret. It's like, dude, thanks. Keep my secret. Yeah, that's just been on my mind for a while. It's stressful. Like, I'm going to continue wearing the mask, but it's like when someone figures out who I am, they're just like, oh my god, I figured it out. Congratulations, fucking the internet. Well, it's the internet. You can find anything. Okay, if you try hard enough and you know what you're doing or where you're looking or what you're looking for. So, good for you little, amateur detectives out there. Do you feel better now that you know what I look like? I hope so. I hope it was worth it. I hope now you want to fuck. I'm just joking. I'm like a 6 2/4. That's 6 1/2. I'm like a 6 1/2. Look, anyway, I'm done with that rant. So I guess we can just finish off this video with what was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I had something on the menu. Forgot. Fuck. No, it was on the agenda for tonight. No, not the political agenda. Just. Oh yes, okay. Someone sent me a video, and I read the title of the video, and I almost watched it, but I decided not to watch it because I knew it was gonna be hilarious. Because it's right up my alley. So I want to thank the person that sent it to me. You know who you are. So thank you for sending me this video. But I wanted to react to it live. Ugh. I wanted to react to the video. Yeah. I wanted to watch it for the first time. You know what a reaction video is. I'm such an idiot. What? Fuck! Gaining subscribers. I hear some people are into this shit. I don't know. If you're into it, subscribe. But even if you subscribe, don't worry. I'm never going to do that again. Yeah, I never say never.
Hello, how you guys doing, Council? So my name is Alexandria Stein, and I'm here today to call out transphobia.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm currently being restricted from swimming in the City of Plano Swim League against the women, even though it's clear that I reassigned my gender last week. Like, for example, do I look like a man? Obviously I'm not. This is a woman. But they're not going to let me swim and compete against the ladies because of transphobia. So what I need you guys to do is I need you to wake up. We have champions like Leah Thomas. She's an NCAA champion, the best swimmer in college today. I can't get a scholarship unless I'm able to send a recruiting tape to these colleges. So they say, oh, you have an unfair advantage, Alexandria. What looks like, does this look like an unfair advantage to y'all? Does this look like an unfair advantage? There's nothing unfair about this. I mean, look at me. I'm the same as a girl. But yet, you guys are going to let transphobia run rampant. Paige, I'm so worried. You're the city attorney. You really got to stand up and do something because, that is gender bias. And I don't like gender bias. I'm on hormone therapy. So my estrogen levels are so high, they're through the roof. But you guys are going to sit here and you're not going to take me seriously. You're going to laugh at me. I'm trying to compete. And yes, I was born a boy. So what, guys? This is 2022. It doesn't matter what you're born. We have Kentanji Brown Jackson even says she doesn't even know what a woman is. So then I'm a woman. So that's what you guys have to do. If the Supreme Court justice is on my side, then why can't I get the same from the Plano City Council? That's the problem, is I come here and I'm still a victim of transphobia. Yet we have champions like my girl Leah, my sister, and she gets to win, but I don't. Why not? That's what I'm asking you. Why not? Why can't I swim against the ladies? Why are we having a transphobic world where I just want to compete against the ladies? Why are you saying that I'm not a biological woman? Clearly, I look like a biological woman. I mean, come on. It's been hours tucking this thing in. Give me a break. I should be able to swim. And I'm on so much hormone therapy, I don't even know left or right anymore. So I'm doing this. I don't have an unfair advantage. No way. So I need you guys to stand up. We have a city issue, Rick, and we can actually fix this and let me compete against the ladies. I'm sick of these women. Oh, you have an unfair advantage. Yeah, right. And I'm mentally ill. They won't even let me compete in this man, if I were y'all, I would stand up for me, because in the future, they're going to write these in the history book, and they're going to have to decide what side Plano is on. Were they transphobes, or were they transpositive? And obviously, I'm transpositive. So that's what I want. I want you guys to wake up to what's going on in the world and tell the City of Plano Swim League to let me compete against the ladies. I've been on hormone blockers for nearly 2 weeks now. And like I said, I'm so messed up from them, I'm probably going to lose anyway. But I can send that tape to a college and I might get a scholarship, Julie. So don't look at me with your eyes looking at me all mean. I'm out here trying to change for you. This is women's rights. I'm standing up for women's rights. Thank you. It's Primetime Stein on Instagram if you guys want to learn how to swim against the ladies. Thank y'all so much.
The City of Plano and this council take the opportunity to hear from our citizens very seriously. We always welcome feedback on how we can make our community better.
Oh, well, that was interesting. That was probably one of the greatest trolls I've ever seen. It was like a joke that went on too long, but he was making a point. What? Oh, God damn it! I literally just I It's an ad. I didn't even. Okay, sorry. I literally paused this shit on an ad. I wasn't looking at dudes, but buff dudes. Really strong, sexy, buff, sculpted, chiseled men who I'm not attracted to at all. Seriously though. I wasn't. What happened to the lighting, you're asking yourself? Why is it darker all of a sudden? Well, because I wanted to set a mood. I'm setting the mood. Alright, now that the mood is set, we can bring the light back. There we go. Thank you so much for sticking with me through thick and thin. And I want to thank all those new subscribers who showed my Will Smith video some love, because honestly, I know it only got like 1,000 views or whatever, but that's a success. So thanks for watching that video. That was, I mean, thanks for watching all my videos. I mean, if you want to keep watching future videos, just subscribe, you know. But before you leave, if you don't subscribe, just like and hit the bell. Hit the bell. Really, again, I thought you fixed that. Yeah, oh, it's a little rusty? Okay, well, give us some fucking grease, okay? The squeaky wheel gets the lube. Is that how it goes? The grease? No, Grease is a movie with John Travolta. Look, the point I'm trying to make is I appreciate you, I appreciate your view, and I would appreciate you just a little bit more if you just hit the like button. That's all you have to do. You know, fuck the notifications. And definitely don't go support me on my CashApp, Patreon, my GoFundMe, or my website. Don't support me. I mean, I really love doing this for free. It's one of my favorite pastime activities. I mean, just spending thousands of hours on this channel and producing, you know, mediocre, cringy content at best for the world to see, for your entertainment, for your free entertainment. It's just the joy of my life. I love working for free. Like, seriously, being broke is like the best. You don't have to worry about anything. You got no money, you got no problems. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple problems, but not as much. So please do not support me financially, because being demonetized is it's just a blessing. I never thought I'd say that, but it's a blessing. Until we meet again, don't forget to pull out. It's POOL. Yeah, fucking L. Stay Darth. Shit. Okay. I just slipped on my Steve Maddens. Can I sue Steve Madden?
Behavior. You watched the show. I'm sure you saw the moment everyone is talking about between Chris and Will. Your thoughts?
I don't condone violence. I just don't see any reason for it. You know, I do know that if you're going to have
any comedian, and the rest of the show, everyone was being ridiculed in some way.
Right.
The only difference was, I think if you're a celebrity and you're in there, you know that's going to happen.
Sure.
Maybe, you know, this was his wife, so it was different.
Right. I get it.
But I'm not sure you run up and punch someone in the face.
If you remember, Chris hosted the Oscars,
Yes.
and brilliantly. I mean, I just remember it was just kind of like better than anyone.
Yeah.
And Chris is a genius comic that has been doing it for many, many decades. And the premise being that these indeed are jokes.
Do you think as a comedian, though, you should ever worry about needing to be censored?
You know, I think anytime, you know, Chris is one of those comics that he and Chappelle are the GOATs. And they're like the youngest, oldest comics in the world. They've been doing it since they were kids. And I think, you know, the contract you set up with the audience is that these are indeed jokes and we have to embrace our freedom of speech.
I look real good today. 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 Jumping out that motherfucking Bentley. Rolling in that got some new Balenci's.